So, hallo und herzlich willkommen. Ich denke, ein paar Personen kommen noch nach und nach zum Webinar dazu, aber ich sage schon mal herzlich willkommen im Namen des Utah Office of Tourism zu unserem heutigen Webinar über Utahs Skigebiete und den Greatest Snow on Earth, den man hier bei mir im Hintergrund schon sehen kann. Wir haben heute einen besonderen Gast, das ist Raelene Davis. Aber bevor ich sie vorstelle, werde ich noch kurz ein paar administrative Dinge ankündigen zum Webinar. Und zwar würde ich mich freuen, wenn ihr oder sie bis zum Ende durchhaltet, denn am Ende wartet noch eine tolle Verlosung mit attraktiven Preisen. Dementsprechend bleibt in der Leitung bis zum Ende, macht euch eventuell ein paar Screenshots von den wichtigen Folien, die besonders interessant sind, denn am Ende stellen wir 3 Fragen, die man richtig beantworten muss, um am Ende einen tollen Preis zu gewinnen. Außerdem schicken wir morgen eine Follow-up-E-Mail rum mit den Inhalten des Webinars und einer kompletten Aufzeichnung des Webinars. Dementsprechend kann man das auch noch mal gerne an Kollegen weiterleiten, die vielleicht Interesse haben oder sich das Ganze noch einmal anschauen. Generell werden alle Teilnehmer während des Webinars stumm geschaltet, damit alle Sprecher eine gute Audioqualität haben, dass das Webinar nicht gestört wird. Wenn ihr Fragen habt, dann bitten wir diese am Ende in einer Q&A-Session zu stellen, und zwar idealerweise über unsere Chatbox. Und genau, das war es auch schon von meiner Seite, vom administrativen Teil. Jetzt werde ich auf Englisch weitermachen und werde unseren Special Speaker vorstellen. Und zwar ist das Raelene Davis. Hello, Raelene, welcome. We are very happy today to present about Utah ski resorts and the amazing snow. And as we can see in the picture here, you are not only an expert on skiing, you love to ski yourself, and you're active on every slope Utah has to offer. Then over to myself, you can see a picture of me here as well. I'm the account manager for the Utah Office of Tourism in Germany and Switzerland. And I have my colleague Claudia Seidel here with me as a support. She manages the PR in Germany and Switzerland. And you also see our email addresses here if you would like to contact us after this webinar. And now I would like to turn the time over to Raelene.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having enjoyable weather. It's beautiful here in Salt Lake City, Utah. These pictures, it doesn't quite look like this right now, but it did a few months ago, and it will again next winter. And I like to remind everyone that when you fly into Salt Lake City, if you've never been here, this is really what it looks like. These are not photoshopped images. This is the view that you see when you fly into the airport. Those mountains, you can reach out and touch them. So welcome, everyone. I'm happy to be with you today, and we'll just get started. So if you don't know where Utah is, which I'm pretty sure you all do, but it sits on the western slope of the Rocky Mountains in the western part of the United States. Most of our ski resorts are situated in the northern part of the state. However, we do have 2 ski areas in the southern part of the state, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on how you can maximize your clients' experience in Utah, give them extra days and extra revenue into your pockets as well, because they'll be staying longer in our beautiful state.
Ten resorts less than an hour from the airport. Mountain time means more time to play, whether that's in the snow or right down the road in Ski City. Get more mountain time in Utah.
Sorry for the lagging on the video. It's very difficult in Zoom to make videos work well. but I think that gave you a little bit of a taste of Utah skiing. And we like to say that we get more mountain time here because our resorts are situated so close to the airport and to one another that it really is easy to get around. We have 15 ski resorts in Utah, and 10 of them are within 60 minutes from the new Salt Lake City International Airport. And this new airport will be opening September of this year. We're super excited about that. So when you fly into Salt Lake City next time, you'll have a very different experience. 4 of our 10 ski resorts that are situated near Salt Lake City are actually accessible via public transportation, via a bus and a light rail. So your clients can stay in Salt Lake and take public transportation if they wish. We have 1 ski resort in southern Utah with the beautiful Red Rock views. So just to give you a little geography of the ski areas, Park City Mountain, well, Park City, the town, has 3 ski areas. Park City Mountain, which happens to be the largest ski area in the United States. Then you have Deer Valley, which is a skiers only mountain. And you have Woodward Park City, which is brand new this past season. And if you have never experienced a Woodward, you really should come to Utah and experience, because it is amazing. It's an indoor and outdoor facility where you can ski, you can do border cross, you can do inside skateboarding and biking, and just have a great time inside and out. The next area is up what we call Little Cottonwood Canyon, and there's nothing little about it, and it houses Alta and Snowbird. Alta is a skiers only mountain as well. So of the 3 ski only resorts in the United States, 2 of them reside in Utah. In the next canyon over, Big Cottonwood Canyon, is Brighton and Solitude. And both Brighton and Solitude are connected, as well as Alta and Snowbird. So it makes it really easy when you have clients skiing those areas, they actually get a 2-for-1. And then just a little north is Powder Mountain and Snow Basin and Nordic Valley. And then further north, Beaver Mountain, Cherry Peak, and further south is Eagle Point and Bryan Head. Also on the back side of the Wasatch Mountains is Sundance, which is Robert Redford's area. And you can find all of these on our website at skiutah.com. So I talked a little bit about southern Utah. When you ski Bryan Head, you can actually see the red rock of Cedar Breaks National Monument. It's very stunning with the white snow against the red rock and the really deep blue sky that you see in the southern part of the state. So I would absolutely encourage your clients to ski a little bit up north and then take a couple of days and drive to Bryan Head. It's about 4 hours south of Salt Lake City. And then from Bryan Head, they can visit Bryce Canyon or Zion Canyon, Zion National Park, and then they could actually leave through Las Vegas if that was better for them. But it's a beautiful part of our state, and the skiing is fabulous in the south. So in Utah, we like to say we have the greatest snow on earth. And I know that people outside the United States think that Americans, we love to exaggerate, we love to boast, we love to say that we're the greatest and the biggest. But you know what? It really is proven that Utah has the greatest snow on earth. Jim Steenberg with the University of Utah actually wrote a book and explained the process of the climatology and how Utah has the greatest snow on earth. And it's very interesting because of the way we're situated in the United States and with the Great Salt Lake. All of that comes into play. And when the storm clouds, just before they hit into our mountains, they go over desert, and then they pick up a very unique water crystal, if you will, from the Great Salt Lake before they hit into our mountains. And I'll tell you, our lake effect is pretty amazing. It is not uncommon for our mountains to get a meter of snow and nothing in the valley in Salt Lake City. And the resorts are only 10 kilometers from the city. So the fact that we can have that lake effect and get all that beautiful light powder snow in the mountains and not very much, if any, in our valley makes it so nice when visitors come, because it keeps our airport from closing and it keeps the roads clear, and it just makes for a very nice holiday. So the Cottonwood Canyons, both Big and Little Cottonwood, really are the snowiest places. They get over 13 meters of snow every year. In fact, last year, well, the past few years, they have even received not double that, but more than ever before. We had last year 30 centimeters every 5 days. We did not go 5 days without snow last year. It was amazing. And the snow density is about 8.5%. So it's not super, super dry. It's just dry enough to where it becomes that really nice powder snow. In fact, we like to say in Utah, it's really difficult to make a snowman, because when you take the snow and you try to make a snowball, it doesn't happen very easily. So we like to call it blower snow. We have what's called Utah Powder Days. Whenever we get 12 inches or more of snow in a 24-hour period, we call it a Utah Powder Day. And in other states, their powder days are more like 4 inches or 6 inches. So for us, we have to have 12 inches. January 13th is traditionally our snowiest day of the year. And it's not uncommon in the spring to get 2+ meters of snow, even into April. And we get over 300 days of sunshine a year. So it really does snow a lot in the night and not so much during the day. Our season runs from about mid-November through the middle of April. Most resorts will open the end of November, with Deer Valley usually the last one to open the first part of December, but we have all those dates on our website. Like I said, Park City Mountain and Powder Mountain are the two largest ski areas in America. Park City Mountain is the largest lift-served ski area, and Powder Mountain is the largest in terms of size, but not necessarily lift served. Much of their terrain is accessed via snowcat. We have two ski only areas, Alta and Deer Valley. And like I mentioned, we get over 13 meters of snow every year. Snowbird is our highest mountain with over 3,000 meters. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in a minute, but Utah is the only place in North America where you can ski 6 areas in a single day. It's called the Interconnect Tour. We have beautiful things like the ice castles. The picture that you see on the right, the woman looking up, those ice castles are magnificent, and that's in a little community just on the backside of the Wasatch Mountains called Midway. You can also have your own Olympic experience by visiting Snow Basin, Deer Valley, or Park City. These are the 3 ski areas where the 2002 Olympic Winter Games were held. And then Snowbird and Alta are connected via a magic carpet. So that's a really interesting thing. You can see the picture down below where you take a little magic carpet, and then the history of Snowbird is all throughout the tunnel. So the Interconnect Tour is something for advanced skiers. Snowboarders are not allowed because there is some traversing, and we're going through 2 ski areas that don't allow snowboarding. So skiers only, advanced skiers, we take up to 12 skiers per day. You can start at Deer Valley and go from Deer Valley to Park City, over to Solitude, then to Brighton, back to Solitude for lunch. Then you take what's called Highway to Heaven over to Alta, and then ski to Snowbird, and then a van takes you back to Park City at the end of the day. That is the 6-area tour. The 4-area tour begins and ends at Snowbird. So it goes Snowbird, Alta, Solitude, Brighton, Solitude, Alta, Snowbird. But this is something, if you do have advanced skiers who want a little bit of a different experience, similar to a snowcat or a heli ski trip, but don't want to pay quite as much as the heli skiing, then the Interconnect tour would be something for you. This is the only thing that Ski Utah actually books. So if you are interested in booking this for your client, you can reach out to me or one of my colleagues. So the various ski passes that are available, I know you all sell these. The Epic Pass is valid at Park City Mountain and Snow Basin. The Icon Pass, Deer Valley, Solitude, Brighton, Alta, and Snowbird. Mountain Collective, Alta and Snowbird. And then the Ski City Super Pass is Alta, Snowbird, Brighton, and Solitude. And then of course you can buy individual lift tickets per resort. So if you have clients that have some of these multi-resort passes, send them to Utah because they're all valid here and you get a lot of choices very close to one another. Park City is our main ski town. It's a charming mining town from the 1800s and early 1900s. You can see the charm of the picture on the right. The picture on the left shows you the sort of the historic Main Street, and you can see to the left there's Deer Valley, and then there's Park City and the Utah Olympic Park and Woodward. So much to do in Park City. Over 100 bars and restaurants on Main Street. It's a great place to send your clients if they're really looking for that ski town atmosphere. So we all know that a ski holiday is much more than just skiing and snowboarding. And in Utah, there are a lot of fun things to do off the mountain and on the mountain. We have the yurt dinners over in the Wasatch Mountain State Park, as well as in the Park City area and at Solitude. You can snowshoe or cross-country ski into these yurts and have a very wonderful 4-course meal. You can ski in and maybe ski out at High West Distillery in Park City. It's a whiskey distillery, the only one in the world that is ski in and ski out. So be sure and send your clients there if they like whiskey. Again, the ice castles over in Midway. My favorite time to go to the ice castles is just before sunset, because then you see all the ice castles in white in the ice, and then as the sun goes down they light them up and they turn all different colors, and they have little fire pits and they serve hot cocoa. So I would go right before sunset and then plan to stay a little later into the evening. The Homestead Crater, again, that's also in Midway. This crater is an amazing natural hot spring, and you can have a soak in it, or you could do stand-up paddleboard yoga, all different things that you can scuba dive, but it's definitely worth a visit. So you can do ice castles and the crater all in one visit. The zip lining down at Sundance, the zip line that they have there is the highest zip line in America. It is 5 zip lines. It's amazing. It operates year round. So again, if you have someone who wants a little bit of a thrill, they could go down to Sundance and do some zip lining, and then snowmobiling, especially out of the Park City and the Ogden areas. And then again, down at Bryan Head. So all sorts of fun things to do besides skiing and snowboarding. Fat tire biking has taken off. It's very popular here. This picture was taken up near the Ogden area, so Snow Basin, Powder Mountain, Nordic Valley area. You can also do it in Park City. You can rent the bikes at various shops around town. Snowshoeing at Bear Lake. This picture doesn't really do the lake justice, because Bear Lake is known as the Caribbean in the mountains. The water is super turquoise and it's fabulous. And this area is up near Beaver Mountain, but you can snowshoe also at any of the resorts and throughout the canyons. Dog sledding has become very popular, and there are several companies outside of Park City that take you on dog sledding expeditions. So that's something that you can also look at booking. Sundance Film Festival takes place in Park City and at Sundance and in Salt Lake every year, the end of January. We were just discussing earlier this morning that they are considering doing it virtual this year, so not sure what will happen with the Sundance Film Festival in light of the COVID-19. But again, if you check the website, we'll keep you posted. The thing about Sundance Film Festival, if you have movie buffs, this is a great opportunity for them to come and see all sorts of movies and all actors and actresses and directors and attend some of the seminars that they have. It's also a great time to ski because most people are watching the films, and so the ski slopes are relatively empty at that time. However, the lodging tends to be a little more expensive and harder to come by if your clients want to stay in the Park City area. But there are other options, so they can still attend the Sundance Film Festival, maybe stay over in the Midway area at Zermatt or down in Salt Lake, or stay over at Snowbird and Alta, or up in the Ogden area. So don't hesitate to send people during the Sundance Film Festival. Just know that lodging might be more difficult to book in Park City, and also restaurants will be a little more crowded at that time. But it's a great time to ski, so so keep that in mind. Some of the properties, we have everything from hostels to 5-star luxury hotels. Some of the ones that are here that you'll be able to access via links after this presentation. Certainly down at Sundance, there are many properties that are large and small little cabins tucked into the mountains. Stein Eriksen Lodge at Deer Valley, St. Regis at Deer Valley, Waldorf Astoria at Park City Mountain, the Montage at Deer Valley, and Grand America down in Salt Lake City. Some of the classic hotels that many of you book, the Park City Peaks, the Hyatt Place in Park City, the Hyatt Place in Cottonwood is at the base of the canyons in the Salt Lake area. Very easy access with the public transportation from that property. And then of course the Zermatt Resort on the backside over in Midway, and they have transportation to Deer Valley and Park City from Zermatt. If you're looking a little more budget properties, the Holiday Inn Express in the Park City area, the Crystal Inn in Salt Lake, and again, there are many more, and they're all on our website, or again, you can contact me and I'm happy to give you some more recommendations. Some of the lodges and condos, the Lift, or many of them are at the Canyons Village at Park City Mountain or within the town of Park City. Iron Blossom over at Snowbird. Resorts West has all sorts of large homes as well as smaller condominium, and then Park City Lodging. So a lot of them are ski in, ski out, and they work very well with international tour operators. So again, let me know if you have any questions on any of the properties here or any additional ones. And then some of the resorts that are best for families. Most people tend to just come here and go to Park City or Deer Valley because they're staying in the Park City area. But if you venture out a little bit, Snow Basin and Powder Mountain up north are excellent. And Nordic Valley is a very small area that also has some tubing with it. Powder Mountain and Nordic Valley both have night skiing, so that makes it nice to ski during the day and then just continue through the evening. Alta and Snowbird, Brighton, if you have clients who are snowboarders, Brighton is really mecca for snowboarders, and it's where many snowboarders, especially in the United States, really aspire to come to. So that's a nice area. Solitude, and then Woodward, of course, in Park City. They have ski schools. All of our resorts have ski schools for not only children but adults. We have different classes, mogul classes, powder classes, anything you want really. If you just are looking for it, our resorts will have it. And then there are several hot springs throughout northern Utah. Crystal Hot Springs up north. There's the Homestead Crater over in Midway, and then snow tubing at Soldier Hollow, or at the Olympic Park, or various resorts will have snow tubing, and Woodward is a great place also. And then just the picture down on the bottom right is the indoor park at Woodward. So you can take your kids over there, or adults can go over during the day or in the evening, and maybe let your kids do some skateboarding or biking, and you can have a nice glass of wine or a dinner while you're watching them have fun. And then this past season, we hosted Johann Schweitzer, and he came. He had an amazing time. He did some heli skiing and some cat skiing and some skiing at our various resorts. And he was able to ski with Heidi Vocal at Deer Valley Resort. She is the ambassador of skiing. And you can follow his journey on the Visit Utah Doc Instagram account, and you can see all the things that he did. He posted some great videos. If you go into any of his places in Germany, I'm sure he'll have photos of himself and his son skiing in Utah. And if you ask him, he will say that he had an amazing time, and it was really fun to host him here. So please go on and check that out, because I think you'll enjoy his journey. And then we have quite an extensive German and Swiss heritage here in Utah. When the Mormon pioneers came to Utah, Brigham Young, their leader, sent various groups out to various parts of Utah, and he sent the German and Swiss pioneers to a little community called Midway and the Heber Valley. And again, that's on the backside of the Wasatch, so about 15 minutes from Park City. And you'll see when you get to this village, there are toll paintings on the homes, and they celebrate Swiss days, and they really cherish that heritage of theirs. So that's a fun place to go to see some of this heritage. Now, one of my favorite things, that picture down on the bottom right, that's me and that's my husband, and we are touching a piece of the Matterhorn. Back in 1985, the Swiss government cut 2 pieces of stone from the top of the Matterhorn, and they gave one to Vail Resorts and one to Snowbird, because they wanted it to symbolize the friendship and the dedicated love of skiing that these 2 resorts had. Now, the Swiss government, well, the people want that stone back, but they're not going to get it back, because that's like, I love that stone at Snowbird, so I will make sure that it stays at Snowbird for at least as long as I'm living. But when you send your clients there, it sits on the plaza, and they can go and they can touch it, they can read about it. I just think that's a really special thing at Snowbird. So be sure and remind your clients to see that. And then, of course, all of our resorts have great summer activities. You can golf. This is at Park City. They have ropes courses. There's the Utah Olympic Park, where you can go and watch the exhibition of them jumping into the splash pool, the alpine slides and coasters that are available, the zip lines, of course, and the concerts, so many concerts at the resorts, and then hot air ballooning, and this even goes through the winter, and of course, mountain biking. So this summer, things are a little different. Resorts are open, but they are taking the the necessary safety precautions because of COVID-19. So there won't be as much happening in regards to concerts, but they do have all of their mountain biking, their lifts, their slides, golf, of course, all of that operating. So if you do send clients this summer, they can experience the resorts almost to their full capacity. So I think that takes us to the reason, the one reason that you would come to Utah is not only to experience the great snow and the skiing and snowboarding, but to experience our 5 national parks. I'm going to turn the time over to Claudia now to walk you through that. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in Utah very soon.
Wow, great. Thank you so much, Raelene. That was such an inspiring and passionate introduction into Utah ski resorts and all the attractions and the activities travelers can enjoy there, especially in the greatest snow on earth. And we really much appreciate having you in our webinar. And even it's mostly raining over here in Germany and Switzerland, we are so much looking forward a busy, a health and a safe coming winter season. Well, as an addition to ski in Utah, we now would like to raise your attention on Utah's 5 national parks. And it's a must do, and now we switch into German back. Ja, wer Utah besucht im Winter, sollte unbedingt einen Abstecher einlegen zu den Nationalparks im Süden. Bekannt sind sie unter dem Brand The Mighty Five und von Ost nach West reihen sich wie an einer Perlenkette aneinander Arches, Canyonlands, Capitol Reef, Bryce Canyon und Zion. Jeder ist auf seine Art unterschiedlich. Es gibt eine Fülle an Möglichkeiten, sie zu entdecken und zu erleben, ganz gleich, ob man gern wandert oder ob man rasant mit dem Mountainbike Trails hinunterrast oder ob man Pferde liebt und auf dem Pferderücken sich sicher fühlt oder. Was alle aber gemeinsam haben, neben diesen bizarren und atemberaubenden Landschaften, ihr seht es schon im Bild, sind die roten Sandsteine, die sogenannten Red Rocks. Und wer sich schon immer mal gefragt hat, woher kommt eigentlich diese Farbe? Ganz einfach, es liegt an dem Mineral Eisen, was sich im Sandstein befindet. Aber lasst uns nun einfach mal zurücklehnen und die Red Rocks und die Mighty Five einfach auf uns wirken.
Picture this, your next trip, Utah, 5 national parks. First, Zion. You're walking, the ground rises, the ground drops, the ground becomes water. Next, Bryce. You're riding a mule. You're riding a mule under giant orange drip castles. You are not dreaming. You will not forget this. On to Capitol Reef. Take the scenic route, the really scenic route. Take a path you've never taken and see the stars for the first time. Now for Canyonlands. You're riding a bike. You're riding a bike on Mars. Now you're riding the rapids. Class 2, Class 3, Class 4, Classic. Arches, 5:32 a.m. Some things are worth racing the sunrise for. The horizon lightens. You round the corner. Whoa. This is the Life Elevator, the Mighty Five. 5 iconic parks, 1 epic experience. Plan your trip at visitutah.com.
Ja, warum stellen wir sie euch heute mit vor und haben sie in unserem Webinar? Ganz einfach, sie gehören einfach zu einem Winterurlaub dazu. Erst Skifahren im Norden und dann Nationalpark-Hopping im Süden und schon nach 4,5 bis 5 Stunden, je nach Verkehrs- und Wetterlage, erreicht man schon den Arches Nationalpark. Es gibt viele Vorteile, die man Reisenden und Interessierten mit auf den Weg geben kann. Der wichtigste ist, sie sind das ganze Jahr geöffnet, bis auf wenige Feiertage. Die kalte Jahreszeit ist eher eine Nebensaison für die Nationalparks, das heißt, es gibt auch weniger Besucher. Dadurch profitiert man auch von freien Straßen, hat keine Stauungen. Es gibt zum anderen auch keine Wartezeiten an den Eingängen und Besucher genießen einfach viel mehr Weite und Raum. Was interessant sein könnte für Reisende, die gern fotografisch unterwegs sind.
Es entstehen einfach intensive Kontraste zwischen dem Schnee und den Red Rocks. Kurzum, Utah im Winter ist gerade auch für die Nationalparks eine Saison, wo auch die Urlaubskasse geschont wird. Ich glaube, das ist auch in vieler Hinsicht ein Vorteil, der Reisende interessieren könnte. Alles Weitere, was man sonst noch im Winter im Süden Utahs anstellen kann, dazu findet ihr auch Informationen über den angegebenen Link. Ja, auf den vorhergehenden Slides habt ihr schon Arches, Canyonlands und Capitol Reef gesehen. Hier haben wir auch noch Inspiration, wie es sich ausschaut im Bryce Canyon und im Zion im Winter. Gerade der Bryce Canyon ist sehr beliebt, um Schneeschuh zu wandern oder auch Langlauf zu machen. Hier empfehlen wir natürlich auch den Zwiebellook, weil er mit zu den höchsten Nationalparks gehört. Und auf der rechten Seite ein Blick in den Zion Canyon mit den schneebedeckten Felswänden, die sich hunderte Meter hinaufragen. Wichtigste Frage: Wie besucht man Utahs Landschaften und Naturphänomene? Ganz einfach, es gibt den America the Beautiful Pass, der ist zu empfehlen, wenn man vorrangig die Nationalparks auf seiner Route hat und kostet $80 pro Fahrzeug, ist ein Jahr ab Kaufdatum gültig und das Besondere, da man oft mehrere US-Staaten besucht auf einem Roadtrip, er ist für alle Nationalparks gültig, das heißt Utah Nationalparks und auch alle anderen. Infos zum Kauf und weitere Highlights auch zu diesem Pass gibt es auf der Website vom National Park Service. Und wer sich nur auf Utahs 44 State Parks konzentrieren möchte, dem empfehlen wir den Utah State Park Pass für $75 pro Fahrzeug und ebenfalls ein Jahr gültig ab Kaufdatum. Aber hier der Hinweis, man kann mit diesem keine Nationalparks besuchen. Der ist nur für die Utah State Parks zuständig. Ja, Utah ist besonders, die Mighty Five, die majestätischen 5, aber auch es gibt viele Hidden Gems abseits des Weges und wir haben euch als Spezial noch eine Region mitgebracht, die befindet sich zwischen dem Canyonlands Nationalpark und dem Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument und heißt Robbers Roost. Und diese Gegend, ihr seht es schon auf dem Bild, ist recht unwegsam. Es gibt viele Schluchten, es gibt Canyons. Hier empfiehlt es sich mit Guide, diese Gegend zu besuchen und ihre Unwegsamkeit hat sie eigentlich als perfektes Versteck gemacht, unter anderem für Banditen wie Butch Cassidy. Ja, einfach mal den Film mit Robert Redford wieder hervorholen und dann kann man schon einige Regionen sehen. Ich sage einfach Film ab, bevor wir dann zum nächsten Ansatz und zum Gemüse kommen. So, jetzt sieht man mich wieder. Ich hoffe, es hat euch allen gefallen. Ich öffne mal eben die Chatbox, da ich gehört habe, es sind schon einige Fragen eingegangen. Raelene hat schon angefangen, einige davon zu beantworten. Ich gucke direkt mal rein. Sind noch neue Fragen hinzugekommen oder wurden schon alle beantwortet? Just real quick, Selena was monitoring our chat, so are there any new questions coming in? Or have we already answered everything? Let's see. Habe leider den letzten Film nur bruchstückhaft sehen können. Kann man den noch woanders sehen? Vom Sundance Film Festival? Ja, das ist eine gute Frage. So the movies from Sundance Film Festivals, are they available on the Sundance website, or can people see them afterwards? Raelene, that's probably a good question for you.
That might be better for Selena. I don't know that they post the movies because many of them are in, well, some of them are in theaters, so you have to pay to go and see them. Selena, do you know if they post the movies. I know there are some of the seminars that they have, that they record, and then you can go through and listen to them.
So the official listing of movies that will be hosted during the Sundance Film Festival for the following year are generally distributed during the September timeframe. So that list should come out in September of 2020 for the movies that will be premiered at the Sundance Film Festival. And then from there, they go into distribution beyond that point, but that list becomes available right around that fall timeframe. So keep an eye out, and those get posted to the Sundance Film Festival website that I posted in the chat.
But they aren't available to watch after the festival. That's correct?
They will, generally speaking, a couple months after they premiere at the Sundance Film Festival, go out to a specific distribution agency such as Netflix or any of those other kinds of watch app programs, or to theaters. So those get moved that way.
Perfect. Thank you, Selena. So the next question, where can I find information on the public transport or the shuttle from Salt Lake City to the ski resorts that you mentioned before?
So all of the transportation information is on the UTA, which is Utah Transit Authority, the uta.com website. And you can also find that on skiutah.com. We post all the bus routes and the timetables, also on our Ski Utah app, that if they download on their phone, they can access that and find out when the next bus is coming, how much longer it will be, is it full, etc. So the UTA website.
Wonderful. Yeah, we already posted the link,
Yep.
so you can take a look there. Perfect. Any other questions for Raelene? Not so far. Okay, then we are closing the chat, and we'll just continue with a few further updates where you can find more information, more resources. Of course, we have our Utah Office of Tourism website, and on the international page, we have a lot of COVID-19 travel information, which is always being updated. So that is very valuable for everyone. Of course, we're hosting regular webinars, so please keep up to date with our regular updates. We also have a German Utah Office of Tourism website. We have social media channels where we regularly do raffles, where we feature very interesting content, hidden gems, etc. for everyone who wants to stay inspired and who wants to stay up to date about Utah. We deliver our Utah travel planners for free to your offices or to consumers. We have not only our general Utah travel planner, but also other brochures about the certain regions in Utah. We have guides and maps. So please get in touch if you're interested in those. We have an amazing image library called Tandem Vault. You can register for free and you can download all the amazing images you've seen here in this presentation. New is also our travel, trade, and media newsroom on our German website. So please scroll down to the footer. You will see a small link, because this is, of course, relevant information only for travel, trade, and media. Then the Ski Utah website, to emphasize here at the end, is very great for all of those who want to learn more about the ski resorts, the snow conditions, the ski passes, and it of course features the latest COVID-19 information. You can also sign up for the Ski Utah newsletter, which features interesting information, and you can stay up to date. Of course, you can also reach us via our general email, utah@harwardtmarketing.com, with any questions you might have. Our next webinars will actually take place this Friday with the Visit USA Committee in Germany, and the topic will be Majestic Utah. The webinar will start at 10 a.m. on Friday, and you can sign up via the Visit USA Committee Our next Visit Utah webinar, which we will host, will be about the Mighty Five with a focus on Zion and Bryce Canyon National Park. We will have as special speakers Joyce Kelly from the Greater Zion Convention and Tourism Office and Fallon Owens from Garfield County of Tourism. The exact date will be announced via newsletter. And now I will switch over to German because we have our Gewinnspiel coming up. Und zwar gibt es tolle Preise zu gewinnen. Einmal ein 100€ Wunschgutschein plus unseren ganz neuen monothematischen Utah Travel Guide, den ich hier in den Händen halte. Als zweiten Preis gibt es einen 50€ Wunschgutschein und natürlich auch einen Utah Travel Guide. Diese Gutscheine können bei Wunschgutscheine in über 500 Geschäften eingelöst werden. Und die Fragen, die wir hier unten stellen, die ich gleich auch nochmal vorlese, müssen bis heute Abend 18:30 Uhr richtig per E-Mail an uns geschickt werden. Und zwar an die E-Mail-Adresse utah@harwardt-marketing.com. Und die beiden Gewinner werden morgen am 2. Juli in unserer Follow-up-E-Mail benachrichtigt. So, die Fragen sind zum einen, wie viele Skigebiete gibt es in Utah? Zum zweiten, wie heißt das am südlichst gelegene Skigebiet in Utah? Und zum dritten, welche Skitour fasziniert mit 6 Skigebieten an einem Tag? Wir wünschen ganz viel Glück. Macht euch gerne noch einen Screenshot von den Fragen. Wir wünschen, wie gesagt, ganz viel Erfolg. We're crossing our fingers, as we say in English. And we want to say thank you so much, especially to Raelene Davis, our special speaker today. It was wonderful to get all the latest information about what makes skiing in Utah so special. Thank you very, very much. Vielen Dank euch natürlich auch für eure Aufmerksamkeit. Ich hoffe, ihr habt noch ein bisschen was dazugelernt. Please stay safe and creative and see you in our next webinar.
Dankeschön, Wiedersehen.